Welcome to the play-ins, and we're going to do something a little bit different. We're just going to look at the Eastern Conference right now in terms of the play-in games. Yes, the West has those games, and we'll talk about those at some point over the next few days. But, of course, we're going to talk about the East because that's what's going to affect who the Wizards are playing. So you see, we're going to do the Simcast live, which is just a simulation. We'll go through this relatively quickly. Pacers and the Heat. The Heat are the 7 seed. The Pacers are the 8 seed. And in terms of this, the Heat, the Wizards had a 3-1 series lead on the Heat, swept the Pacers during the season. So I guess overall we would prefer to play the Pacers. Not really sure if that's what that will look like when we actually get to the playoffs, because obviously the Wizards would have the home court advantage in either scenario. But as you see, the computer 2K23 here is simulating the game. You see the little coin looking representations of all the players, and the Heat is already out to a quick 7-0 lead. I've noticed the Pacers have already missed every shot they've taken so far, which I guess with 3.5 to go. Now remember, on Season Long Baller, we play 6-minute quarters, so obviously our simulation here, the entire league has been playing 6-minute quarters the entire time. So this simulation is a 6-minute quarter as well. Now, if you like what we're doing on the channel, because we are going to be playing the actual games. We're just doing the simulcast here for the play-ins. But for the actual games, yes, you will see us playing NBA 2K23 through our player build, Jaymont Summerz. And it's good to see Indiana has finally scored. But Miami is all over this right now, 11-2, and you see Buddy Hield is cold. So Buddy Hield has not scored yet. It is already 14-2 getting near the end of the first quarter. Wow, the Pacers have only scored 2 points in the first quarter. We're under 1.5 minutes to go, and it's 16-2 Miami. Bam Adebayo is hot already, and it's now 17-2. Wow, this looks like already this may be a runaway victory for the Heat. And remember, with the play-in format, the winner of this game becomes the 7th seed, and in our league, they will be facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. First quarter's over. It's 17-2. The Pacers have only scored 2 points in the first quarter. Oh my gosh, this might be a really tough road for the Pacers to get back in here. 19-2, as you see, is the score. But on Season Long Baller, we do play the 6-minute quarters. We played the full Washington Wizards schedule through NBA 2K23 player build Jaymont Summerz, who was the Rookie of the Year. Check out our podcast yesterday, where we do talk about the MVP of the league, the Rookie of the Year, the 6-man, all those that we got in our league simulation. We played all 82 games. The player build is down in the description, and the season, all 82 games, will also be down in the description in the playlist. As you see already, it's just it's 21-5. That's going to be a really tough road for the Pacers to try to come back. But this is the 7-8 game, so the loser of this game will play the winner of the 9-10 game, which is the Brooklyn Nets and the Toronto Raptors. And obviously the loser of that game is done. The winner of that game will play the loser of this game, and the winner of that game will be the 8 seed. Hope you can follow that. Looks like already it's 26-5. We're already halfway through the second quarter. And I think it is almost safe to say that Miami is going to win this game. Buddy Hield is still cold. We're in the second quarters. Lowry takes a couple of free throws, and it's 29-5. We're almost at the end of the half, and the Pacers haven't even got into double figures yet. We're under 1.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The 7th seed, the Miami Heat, which will be looking to set up a series against the Philadelphia 76ers, who finished as the 2 seed in our simulation this season, are already looking like they've got a date in Philly. 31-5 with under 1 minute to go. The Pacers might not even get double digits, as you see here on the timeout. Buddy Hield is still cold, and without him, I'm not sure the Pacers are going to be able to get back in this game. It's going to be interesting to see just how the Pacers will react if this stays this way. This is going to be a tough road to try to get back in the second half. Okay, the Pacers finally hit a 3-point basket. And then it was, and it wasn't even one of their normal shooters. The backup center hits the 3-pointer. It's 31-8 now. That might already signal doomed for the Pacers. And now everyone on the Heat is hot. It's 33-8. We're in the third quarter, and the Pacers still have not scored in double digits. That's that is amazing. 35-8 with a minute and a half pretty much gone by. Not quite. Almost like a minute 47, minute 48, minute 18, I'm sorry, gone by here in the quarter. Another timeout by the Pacers. It's 35-8. I mean, at this point, maybe coach is telling them just get ready for the next game. I'm still amazed that they haven't even gotten double figures yet in the third quarter. So anyhow, tomorrow we will do this again with the 9-10 game, which again is Toronto and Brooklyn. And that game will be in Toronto. Will be in Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn is the 9 seed. Toronto is the 10 seed. Out of those two teams, if it should come to it, I would probably prefer to play the Nets. They've been some really tough games with the Nets, but we ended up beating the Nets at every game. We actually lost the season series to Toronto, and that's the only team we lost the season series to, 2-1. Everybody else, it was either a tie as Indiana finally breaks through the double digits, but it's 39-11 with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I think this slaughter is almost, I'm almost ready to call this as it's a 30-point lead. Indiana, we could triple Indiana's score right now, and they would still be down by almost double digits to Miami. Under a minute, it's 43-11 now in the third quarter. And again, this is NBA 2K23, the Simcast live feature in our simulation. Is we're going to do this for the play-in games before we get into the weekend and we find out our seeding, and we'll see who the Wizards, who are the 1 seed in the East. We finished 66-16, and that was good enough for the best record in the league. And we will be facing the 8 seed, obviously, in the first round of the playoffs. 30-point lead still for Miami, and we are under 5 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. I am really amazed that the Pacers just this bad as McConnell shooting a couple of free throws. Down by 32, 48-16. We haven't seen this bad a shooting since the Rising Stars game. And even the Rising Stars game, both teams managed to get into the 30s. The Pacers would have to really start scoring just to make it to 30. I think it's a question, will they make it to 20 at this point with 3.5 to go? It's 51-16 Miami. So let's set the stage. Miami is now going to be the 7th seed. Yeah, I'm calling this one. The fat lady singing. So Miami's going to be the 7th seed, and they will face the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pacers will wait for the winner of Toronto and Brooklyn. We will watch that simulation tomorrow. And if you like what we're doing on the channel, and again, this is a little bit different than what we normally do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It is much appreciated. And of course, that notification bell. We'll be on a different schedule, obviously, now, because we've been mirroring the actual Wizards schedule all season, but the Wizards obviously have been eliminated in real life. So we are now on our own to follow the NBA playoff schedule. Under 30 to go. At least Indiana did hit 20. But it's going to be 53-21 at this point. And I think we can call this a ball game. I am amazed. 53-21 is your final score. Look at that. Look at that. Udonis Haslem got into the game. And, you know, I love Haslem, but, you know, he usually doesn't play that much now. But even he's in the game. That's how much of a slaughter it was for the Miami Heat. So the Heat will be the 7th seed. They will take on the Philadelphia 76ers. And we are going to wait to see who the Washington Wizards will be playing, which will be the 8th seed. The Pacers will be waiting for now the winner of Brooklyn and Toronto. Looking at a couple of these stats, I mean, it's not really that surprising to see why the Pacers got slaughtered, really. Buddy Hield was, look at that, 0 for 10, 0 for 5 from deep. They were horrible from the field, as you can see. Overall, they only shot 18% from the field, the Pacers, while the Heat shot 47%. You're not going to win any games shooting 18% from the field and only 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So really, the Pacers didn't hit anything. They couldn't hit the side of a barn in this game. And again, your final score is 53-21. Thank you for joining us. We will do this again tomorrow for the 9-10 game. Again, that is Brooklyn and Toronto. This is Season Long Baller. thank you for watching. And remember, if you like what we're doing on the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button as we work our way into the NBA playoffs. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Season Long Baller. Peace.